Web3.tv.
Hello and welcome to Web3 TV. I'm Lisa Amnegard, and today we're at the HODL Summit in Dubai. Joining me right now is Dyma Budorin, CEO and co-founder of Hacken. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Hello, thank you for inviting.
And how's your day been so far?
It was very difficult actually, because I was sleeping on the plane. Yeah, I came from Istanbul, went to Abu Dhabi, take a shower, and from Abu Dhabi I went here to Dubai. So it was really tough.
It's been a very hectic morning then, I guess.
Yes, it was.
And for those unfamiliar of what Hacken does, can you explain a little bit what you're doing in the Web3 space?
Web3 cybersecurity. We love our industry. We want it to be more mature, to have less hacks, less scams, less frauds, and we help companies to with that. Yeah, so that's we provide them cybersecurity services and solutions, and we educate people about cybersecurity scam and how not to get in scams and frauds. And we also cooperate with regulators so that they build regulation that matters, that protects people, rather than to create unnecessary obstacles.
I think that's really important, especially to build trust in the Web3 space. But if we look at, let's say, the trends around hacks these days, what are you seeing?
I see that we don't learn from our mistakes. So, the in average, like 2024, companies lost around 5 billion worth of value due to hacks, and the total expenditure to third-party cybersecurity solutions and services for the 2024 was less than 300 million. So that's ridiculous for me.
Yeah, it's almost double.
And this doesn't change. You know, like companies don't spend enough money on cybersecurity. Simple as that. So, and we see that a lot of Web2 hackers, they love our market because it's so easy to get money, to hack exchanges, brokers, custodials, whatever. And it's just there is a perception that, oh, I did one pen test in 2 years, and that should be enough to be protected from being hacked. But that's not. There's just a lot of more things they need to do.
So what are the main oversights? I mean, we heard about the Bybit hack that happened earlier this year, but what are some things that some crypto companies or Web3 companies fail to look at?
Yes, so they don't do proper operational security. They don't do proper operational security. Is like is very Web2 stuff. Is when you defend all the perimeter of your infrastructure, especially your people, because people are the weakest points in every every system, and a lot of users got a lot of exchanges actually got hacked through, and the hacks are starting from the phishing emails to their employees. So operational security is very important. Not a lot of companies are doing this. There is no trend on the market that people are demanding like operational security certificates or attestations from the companies. This should change. Also, another one is supply chain security. Is actually how Bybit got hacked, because it's wrongly to say Bybit got hacked because it was safe multi-sig wallet front end was hacked, and that led to the wrong transaction sign off by the Bybit CEO. So supply chain cybersecurity is another thing that most of the Web2 companies are doing, and they have to do it due to regulation. But in Web3, no one cares.
Yeah, no, this is about sort of kind of educating the employees that are working for the company to avoid, let's say, human hacks.
Educating and testing them as well.
Yeah.
Like you have to send them. There are solutions where when they generate these phishing attacks, but from your with your control, of course, and they generate attacks on your employees, and then you see who clicks, who opens, who inserts, authorize. Yeah,
and with the AI, it's becoming so much more difficult to identify phishing hacks because they're so real.
It's just about the general rule. Like look at the sender
Yeah.
and don't click the links.
And when so you just got off stage and you were talking about compliance and regulation. What were some
Mhm.
of the key themes that you spoke about in that panel discussion?
We spoke about a lot of things. I would like to highlight one topic is about the uh, white paper compliance by Mika. So there is a reason why they are collecting white papers and why they want companies to submit them white papers is because their strategy is to push exchanges to review white papers and promises of the projects that they listed, and uh, and exchanges will act as kind of controlling body of regulators uh, for for the projects that don't fulfill their roadmap or fail to deliver something that they promised from the financial point of view or treasury. So yeah, I think this is important to for Web3 founders who I'm sure will see it to understand this and to think twice what you are putting in your white paper and be sure that you will execute it. Otherwise, otherwise there will be definitely like in 1 2 years some cases when founders will have problems for 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 not fulfilling. Yeah.
That's really, yeah, that's
Yeah.
good advice. And when we look at sort of
Mhm.
the regulatory landscape here, I know that you help
Mhm.
companies with compliance. So can you tell me a little bit more about how you see this landscape, or if there should be any regulatory compliance? Is there any more regulatory compliance needed from what you've seen in the industry?
No, I think Emirates generally are doing an amazing job. So um, like in comparison to European Union, because European Union followed the from top to bottom approach when they created Mika Group, ESMA, very smart people. They understand risk. They created a very robust, great legislation. It's important, but the reality is that they don't have hands to execute this regulation. So every European Union single member state has to adopt Mika, has to create regulator, has to vote for this law, and it's a process. It cannot be done like this, especially when it is forced. You know, while in Emirates there is absolutely different business approach, and I love it. There is a vision from the leaders of the country that we want to have the best regulation, the best environment for the crypto companies, so they move. Then you give a power to local free trade zone Emirates to create public crypto regulator, and that's how Vara, Ragdao, and ADGM appeared. And then they start to to experiment, to learn, and there is a business also elements when these regulators are making money. And actually, in 2 3 years, like that Vara and other are active, they are already like became the best experts in the world for the crypto regulation. They innovate not only with the papers, but also they build the RegTech products. It's no one else in the industry is doing that. So absolutely amazing job. And then we already know the plans of the UAE for the ESCA regulator, federal level regulator. Already have this all this knowledge base, have these talents that work in these regulators, and they wanna build the federal level, which will have the best things, and they will dominate the whole world of crypto regulation. I love it.
That's great, and especially for Hacken, who helps companies with compliance and also with cybersecurity. And if anyone wants to learn more about Hacken, what's the best way for them to read about you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, Buddha slash Kyiv,
Mm-hmm.
KYIV, or just type my name Budorin. And of course, Hacken.io. We have we put a lot of efforts into our blog. So in our blog, you can find cybersecurity articles, like technical ones, trend ones, and also, of course, the compliance ones. Very useful blog.
Definitely, I think it's very useful.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Likewise.
And I'll be bringing you more interviews. My name is Lisa Amnegard, and you're watching Web3 TV.
Web3